Hey everyone, so I'm quickly going to discuss all the recent news, including the new additions to Town Star, the meta for the competition, the NFT reward, and I'm also going to skim through the updates I've made regarding the Town Star Playbook, and finally recap some stuff talked about on the Town Star Ask Me Anything that happened on Discord. So the flower storage and feedbot have been distributed to everyone who was eligible for it and can now be placed in Town Star. Flower storage required you to play 3 different days during the second half of May. The flower storage stores 10 flower only. The feedbot required you to get 10 new referrals to be playing Town Star during May. The feedbot will get wheat from the silo and take it to the feed mill to make feed, and also take feed to the trough. Neither of these NFTs qualify for any town points. They announced the reward structure for this NFT competition starting shortly. Top 4,500 will get an NFT called the Gusty Wind Ghost card, which will buff your windmills by reducing their craft times by a certain percentage depending on the rarity. The higher you rank, the better the rarity. Also, these do not stack, so there's no point in having more than one of these NFTs at the same time. And finally, they announced all the new crafts and additions coming to the game, which I will quickly show in my Town Star Playbook in a moment. But basically, all I want to say here is that they reduced the amount of stars that Blue Steel and Cake will give out for this competition. And they say chocolate strawberries will have increased sell price and stars given per sale just for this competition. So basically, chocolate strawberries are the meta, and personally I'll be making chocolate strawberries during this competition, or that's what I'll be aiming for. Okay, now onto the playbook. I've made some massive changes to it that will make it much easier for everyone to navigate. I'll dedicate its own video to it soon, but in this video I'm just going to skim through the objects, items, and show the card views for all the new objects and items, in case you need to view them here for some reason. The unfortunate part about the Town Star Playbook being on a Google spreadsheet at the moment is that there is a 100 viewers at a time limit, and it won't allow more than 100 people to view it at the same time basically. I do have a published web spreadsheet version of it, but unfortunately you won't be able to click on the links because it won't work properly. I do have a plan to resolve that issue in the future, so just give it time. So this is the whole objects page right here. They have added jam as a craft that the bakery can make. They've added chocolate covered strawberries as a craft the candy shop can make. They've added the chocolate shop, which can craft chocolate bar, fancy cake, and decorated cake. They've added the cocoa tree, which can craft cocoa, which is used for the chocolate bars. And they've added strawberry field, which crafts strawberries. Items page for this meta. Blue Steel receives significantly less points, as you can see. Cake also receives less points. They added chocolate bars. Chocolate covered strawberries receives more points than usual. Right here I just put we haven't actually been told what the standard value is for chocolate covered strawberries, so I don't have a number for this right now. They added cocoa. They've added decorated cakes, which is the first tier 6 craftable item in the game, which actually gives more money and stars than even Blue Steel does. So for this competition, I recommend doing chocolate covered strawberries, but you could also go for decorated cakes. I don't know how difficult it is because you need cakes to craft these decorated cakes. I think it would be better to go for the chocolate covered strawberries, but I'm not gonna go into that. I'm really not exactly sure. Fancy cakes right here. Jam. I'm curious as to why they added jam. I kind of believe they'll add peanut butter and jam sandwiches in the future. I believe that's why they added jam, so we'll see. Foreshadowing the future craft. And strawberries. I'm going to quickly show the card views for each one. This is a chocolate shop. Has 2 shade. Costs 300k and 20 locks to build. And here's the crafts. Then we got Cocoa Tree right here. Negatively impacted by shade, pollution, and salty. And you need lumber to build it. And let's search for strawberry field right here. Got strawberry field. Strawberry field is negatively impacted by only pollution and salty. Shade does not negatively impact the strawberry field. This is important to keep in mind because this can really make a difference when you're planning out your build. As for the items, got chocolate bars, used for most of the new crafts right here. Chocolate covered strawberries being one of them. Another one is being fancy cake. And the tier 6 being decorated cake. And we also have cocoa. As well as strawberries and jam. So yeah, that's all the new craftables and objects in the game. Okay, so finally I'm going to recap most of the points talked about during the Town Star AMA that just happened. And I had jotted these down so I don't forget. So let's see. They will keep adding new objects and items to the game. And they did give us some hints. There will be a beehive building which produces honey and wax. They also announced a pottery that will craft pots to put the honey in. And they also mentioned wax used to craft candles. They also talked about a pizzeria later in the future. So we'll be able to craft pizza. That's very nice. They announced they are working on adding more cities and rivers to the map. They are making progress on the gem system, and the plan is to have the gems be relatively cheap to buy, but they haven't given us a solid price yet. There will be different gem packs you can buy, for example, a $5 pack of gems, a $10 pack of gems, or $20 pack of gems, etc. When you buy gems, they will carry over on all servers and after the servers reset, so you won't lose any gems. You will only be spending gems on purchasing buffs in the game whenever that system is released. Multiple people asked about Season 2, but they didn't give us much information on that, so I believe they are still working on these specifics. For daily town distribution, they said about 1.3 million town is being distributed every day, which is a little lower than I thought it was, honestly. Somebody asked about when the Rare Flower Station would go on sale, but they don't have a planned time for it yet. They say the Town Star box may potentially get proper Town Star utility in the future. My personal opinion, don't get your hopes up. I don't think it will be anytime soon. But it's cool that they say it may get utility. I really hope it gets utility, and then they can take away the town point earnings from it. But that's a whole nother subject. I'm not going to go into that. They mentioned the 888 Blue Realms NFTs will give an NFT for Town Star that will have the utility to remove pollution effects in a certain area. They will also announce a snapshot that will take place in the future to check who has an 888 NFT in their inventory to qualify for this distribution. They're working on the random ranking rewards that were intended for the first 2 weeks of May Mayhem, and they're reviewing the leaderboards for the uniforms competition that happened during the last 2 weeks of May Mayhem. They mentioned something about adding badges or achievements to the game, basically just to show off, like an achievement for crafting 5,000 cakes, and then you get a cake badge, for example. Not sure if they'll attach any utility to those achievements or not, but it's a cool idea regardless, like just to show off your achievements. And that's all I have noted down. That's everything for this video, just trying to get it out before the competition starts. Just want to say, I'm going to be doing chocolate covered strawberries, and I wish everyone best of luck during this competition. And thank you for watching. And thank you for your using and sharing the Town Star Playbook. Okay. Bye.